Hello and welcome. In this C# tutorial, we are going to learn about cycles. Alright, so C# have got 4 cycles, but in this lesson I'm going to mention only 3 of them. The first will be left until the next video. So there are 3 cycles: for cycle, while cycle, and do while cycle. So let's begin from the for cycle. So as you may guess, cycles is things. It's a part of code that will repeat itself again and again. So we created for cycle, and we can write code between these curly brackets, and this code going to be executed until the condition is true. So for example, let's so between these brackets you have to create an variable, and then you after this chapter you have to create an condition and create increment, and you have to do it in this way. You can't put condition before the creation of variable or put creation of variable in this place. So it have to be creation of variable, then condition, and then increment or thing that you're going to do with variable. So what's going to happen in this? So when cycle will begin, it's going to create this variable. After it, it's going to execute this part of code, and it's going to print 0 in console. After it, it's going to go back right over here, check for the condition. If condition is true, after it, it's going to increase it by 1. And it's going to check the condition. If condition is still true, it's going to execute this code again. So it's added 1, so 0 plus 1, it's going to print 1 in console. Then it's going back, increases it by 1 again, and checks until it hits 5. So it's going to print 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's look at it. So as you may see, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you may put much more here, I don't know, like console, write line, I plus 1 or something like it. So it's going to print twice, and we're going to have 5. So it's as you may see it over here. So don't confuse it. It adds 1, but it doesn't store it in I. So this thing stores inside of the I plus 1. This only adds but doesn't store in I. So you may get confused that it's going to skip like through 1 because it's like adds one here and one here. Yes, it does it, but here it doesn't store it inside of the eye. So after the cycle, let's talk about while cycle. So while is kind of similar. The only difference that only thing that you put between these brackets is condition. You don't have to create a variable, or you don't have to increase it between these brackets. So I less than 10, and we have to create I outside of the cycle, and you have to don't forget about changing this variable inside of the while cycle, because otherwise it's going to be infinite cycle. So console write line, and let's write here I again. So if we run it, we're going to have from 0 to 9. And another cycle, and the last for this tutorial, is do while. So what is the main difference between for and while cycle, between for while and do while cycles? While and for may be not executed if the condition is false from the beginning. So for example, if we write down for and write int I equals 0 and I is less than 0, I++, then it's not going to get executed because I equals 0 and it's not less than 0, so it's not going to be executed anytime. So if I run this code, we should have nothing in here. As you may see, it was false from the beginning. And same thing is going to happen with while if the condition is false from the beginning. But do while cycle have to be run, have to execute one time even if the condition is false. So let me show it for you. So do while, here you put your condition, and the specific thing about this cycle that you have to put the character after it, so don't forget about it. So let's create int I equals 0, I less than 0, and inside it let's do I++. So it's still I forgot about it. So even if we run this part of code, we're still going to have 0 printed. It still was executed. But if we put inside of the I -10 and run it, we're going to have -10, 9, and till it hits 0. So if condition is false from the beginning, it's still going to be executed one time. Right, I hope it makes sense. So that's all for the material. So if you liked this video, then don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to comment it down below. See ya! Bye!